surface and the spirit of the bat was hovering over the water. And Rocksteady said, let there be vengeance. In the beginning, Rocksteady created the heavens and the Gotham. Now the city is formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the spirit of the bat was hovering over the waters. And Rocksteady said, let there be vengeance. And the vengeance was good. Rocksteady saw the vengeance was good, and they separated the vengeance from the darkness. Rocksteady called the light day, and they called the darkness the bat. And then there was evening, and then there was morning, and the first day of Batman Arkham Asylum. In the beginning, Rocksteady created the heavens and Gotham. Now the city was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the city, and the spirit of the bat was hovering over murky waters. And Rocksteady said, let there be vengeance. And there was vengeance. Rocksteady saw the vengeance of the world, and separated the vengeance from the darkness. They called the days that Rocksteady called the light days, and they called darkness the night. And then there was evening, and then there was morning, and first day, Batman Arkham Asylum. In the beginning, Rocksteady created the heavens and Gotham. Now the city is formless and empty. Darkness over the surface of the deep, and the spirit of the bat was hovering over the murky waters. And Rocksteady said, let there be vengeance. And the vengeance was good. Rocksteady saw the vengeance was good, and they separated the vengeance from the darkness. Rocksteady called the light day, and they called the darkness the bat. And then there was evening, and then there was morning, the first game, Batman Arkham Asylum. In the beginning, Rocksteady created the heavens and Gotham. Now the city is formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the spirit of the bat was hovering over the murky waters. And Rocksteady said, let there be vengeance. And there was vengeance. And it was good. Rocksteady saw the vengeance was good, and they separated the vengeance from the darkness. Rocksteady called the light day, and they called the darkness the bat. And then there was evening, and then there was morning, the first game, Batman Arkham Asylum. In the beginning, Rocksteady created the heavens and Gotham. Now the city is formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the spirit of the bat was hovering over the murky waters. And Rocksteady said, "Let there be vengeance." And there was vengeance. Rocksteady saw the vengeance was good, and they separated the vengeance from the darkness. Rocksteady called the light day, and they called the darkness the bat. And then there was evening, and then there was morning. The first name, Batman, Arkham Asylum. In the beginning, Rocksteady created the heavens and Gotham. Now the city is formless and empty. Darkness is over the surface of the deep. The spirit of the bat was hovering above the murky waters. And Rocksteady said, "Let there be vengeance." And there was vengeance. But Rocksteady saw the vengeance was good, and they separated the vengeance from the darkness. Rocksteady called the light day, and they called the darkness the bat. And then there was evening, and then there was morning. The first thing, Batman, Arkham Asylum. In the beginning, Rocksteady created the heavens and Gotham. Now the city is formless and empty. Darkness is over the surface of the deep, and the spirit of the bat was hovering over the waters. As Rocksteady said, "Let there be vengeance." And there was vengeance, and it was good. Rocksteady saw the vengeance was good, and they separated the vengeance from the darkness. Rocksteady called the darkness the bat, the same way they called the light the day. And then there was evening, and then there was morning, the first day. Batman, Arkham Asylum. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. ABC. In the beginning, Rocksteady created the heavens and Gotham. Now the city is formless and empty. Darkness is over the surface of the deep, and the spirit of the bat was hovering over the murky waters. And Rocksteady said, "Let there be vengeance." And there was vengeance. Rocksteady saw the vengeance good, and they separated the vengeance from the darkness. Rocksteady called the light day, and they called the darkness the bat. And then there was Vision, and then there was Warning, the third game, Batman, Arkham Asylum. The story so far. And then there was the cult classic, Batman, Arkham City. This was a 2011 action-adventure game developed by Rocksteady, again, and published by Warner Bros. Studios, which is based on the DC Comics superhero Batman, obviously. It's a sequel to the 2009 Batman Arkham Asylum video game, and the second out of the three trilogy. Oh fuck. And then there was the cult classic, Batman, Arkham City. This is a 2011 action-adventure game developed by Rocksteady Studios, obviously, and was published by Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment. The game is based on the DC Comics superhero Batman, again, obviously. It is a sequel to the 2009 video game Batman Arkham Asylum, and it's the second out of the three trilogy of Batman Arkham series made by Rocksteady. Then came Batman Arkham Origins, the next and soon to be the only Batman I... Oh fuck. Fuck! Then came... Oh fuck's sake. Then there was the cult classic Batman Arkham City, which is a 2011 action-adventure game developed by, again, Rocksteady Studios, and was also published by Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment. The game is based on the DC Comics superhero Batman, obviously it's in the name. It's a sequel to the 2009 Batman Arkham Asylum game, and it's the second out of the three trilogy in the Batman Arkham series, which is made by Rocksteady. Then came Arkham Origins from the next and soon to be only Batman IP developer, Warner Bros. Montreal. This one was a success, with scores like 9 out of 10 on Steam. Next up is the fan-dividing Arkham Knight, with the obvious Jason Holt... fuck's sake! The rough part about the entire leak was that it ultimately left nowhere. We'd already leaked everything and there's nothing more to be released. So on the day of the Game Awards, which were hosted by Jeff Kingley, the planned event for the release of the game was cancelled. However, last year there was a huge amount of concept artwork released to the game. According to the anonymous poster, the game was to feature Damian Wayne, son of Bruce Wayne and Talia al Ghul, donning the cowl of the Dark Knight for another open world adventure, likely set to release after the most recent game in the Batman Arkham series, Batman Arkham Asylum. That series, yeah. The leaked images branded Project Sabbath revealed 2 shots of glowing metropolis that is Gotham City, as well as several villain designs. On display in the Rose Gallery was a new and old looking Two-Face, a punky Poison Ivy, and a very creepy elderly White Rabbit. Also on show are plainclothes Dick Grayson and ball characters Gorilla Grodd. The 4chan post also claims that Penguin and Bubba were to feature in this game, similar to the Shadow of Mordor's Nemesis mechanic. I don't know what that is. Sounds good. The original poster goes so far as to state that WB Montreal had also been at harder work on the Suicide Squad title, which makes sense given the Arkham Origins post-credits sequence. As to whether these scientific ideas were shelved essentially, only time will tell. There is absolutely no doubt that we will see due to the universe return in some form or another. The Arkham series is simply too successful financially and critically to be abandoned. But for now, these images, should they be legit, present a fascinating idea of what could have been the days. Okay. The rough part about this whole leak was that it was ultimately leading nowhere. We had already leaked everything, and it was so bad that Day of the Game Awards, which are hosted by Jeff Kingley I think, there was a planned event that was cancelled the day it was meant to be revealed. So thanks again devs. However, last year there was a huge amount of concept artwork released for this game. A small gallery of character and environment art has surfaced on Reddit via 4chan, which is supposedly taken from the actual Batman game. This is in the works by Warner Bros. Montreal, the team behind Batman Arkham Origins. According to the rough part about this whole leak was that there was ultimately going to lead nowhere. We'd already leaked everything, to the point it was so bad that the Day of the Game Awards, which is when it was meant to be released, it got cancelled. Cancelled completely. Which is a shame. However, last year there was a huge amount of concept artwork released for this game. It was mainly character and environmental art that surfaced on Reddit and 4chan. It was supposedly taken from the council Batman game that was in the works by Warner Bros. Montreal, the team behind Batman Arkham Asylum. According to the knowledge poster, the new game was to feature Damian Wayne as the son of Bruce Wayne and Talia al Ghul, donning the Court of Owl. Fuck! The rough part about the entire leak was that it ultimately led nowhere. Nowhere at all. We'd already leaked everything. Oh, for fuck's sake! Fuck. The small gallery of artwork contained character and environmental art. It surfaced on Reddit and was originally from 4chan. The game is mainly from the cancelled Batman title, which was in the works at WB Montreal, the team behind Batman Arkham Asylum. Origins. For those out of the loop, Warner Bros. Has been attempting to develop a Superman game since 2013, and there have been near impossible amounts of attempts to get it off the ground. James Steinfeld, a noted industry divide. Fuck! Shit on it! For those out of the loop, Warner Bros. Has been attempting to develop a Superman game since 2013, and there have been multiple different concepts of getting the Man of Steel's latest video game to the ground. Fuck. Fucking shit on it. One weekend, in its first post since 2015, the Warner Bros. Twitter account released a video of 4 symbols flashing, mainly in front of the bat symbol. The symbols were posted again in 2019 of the fuck. Now it's 2019 and shit's going down. It's September 22nd, 2019, and we get a tweet from W Games Montreal. It read, in quotes, at WB Montreal Games is proud to pronounce fuck me. Fuck. And now it's September 22nd, 2019, and shit's going round. Fuck me. Now it's September 22nd, 2019, and shit's going way the fuck down. we got a tweet from WB Montreal. The read, quote, WB Games Montreal is proud to pronounce Batman's 80th anniversary of the Boost of the World during Batman Day. Hashtag Batman80. At this time we've had nothing for everyone. Oh yeah, I forgot to say end quotes. At this time we've had nothing from anyone, but we did know once that the studio had made a Batman game before Origins. A very mixed Batman game, but it's not bad by any means. Many people wonder about Suicide Squad game, but more will come down the line. Then the very next day something else happens. Fuck! Oh, it's alright. This has been ramping up for years since WB Montreal started posting mysterious logos over on Twitter, teasing some sort of reveal. Sadly, the teaser stopped in January when they shit off, for fuck's sake. Now let's talk 2020, because things are hot. Oh fuck. Now let's talk 2020. Things are hopping up. Fucking hell, it's heating up. Now let's talk 2020. Things are heating up like a fucking mad lad. Let's talk about COVID crisis. I'd like to thank everyone doing their part in stopping the spread. Wait. Hold on a sec. What's that, Dave? What the fuck? Oh, holy shit, okay. DC is apparently having its own Comic-Con event called DC Fandom. Holy shit, this is amazing. Let's go! DC Fandom was an entertainment and comic convention that held virtually online on the DC Comics online website. It was under the name of the convention's name, which was DC Fandom. The convention was created and announced in June 2020, the same month as my birthday, woohoo, as Warner Bros. DC's response to San Diego's Comic-Con cancellation due to COVID. So, COVID did something right for once. It actually made an event free for everyone. Who knew it could do that? The videos of mine can hopefully be found in the full playlist at the top right of this video, assuming they haven't been taken down. Well, if they get taken down, my whole channel's gone. I'm so fucking scared. And then people hope that WB Games Montreal's highly anticipated Batman game could be announced at the upcoming DC Fandom event in August. With the release in below... Oh, for fuck's sake, that's a good paragraph. Fuck. DC Fandom... Oh, fuck, it's probably right closer. DC Fandom was an entertainment and comic book convention that held virtually online on the DC Comics online website. The convention was created and announced in June 2020, which is also my birthday month, but woohoo. It was DC and Warner Bros. Response to San Diego Comic-Con being cancelled due to COVID. I think this is one of the highlights of the human race working together and replacing something that was it was something to look forward to, you know? I enjoyed it. I'm not sure if you could tell, but it's tears to my eye. But yeah, videos of mine can be found on this on a full playlist on the top right. It should appear now. And then people hope that WB Games Montreal's highly anticipated, most highly anticipated Batman game will be announced during the Fandom in August. It has a release window of November 2020, or so it's rumoured anyway. So fans of the Batman Arkham franchise have been craving for more games over the last several years, but Warner Bros. Montreal and Rocksteady, the devs behind this title, oh, for fuck's sake, I listened to one paragraph at a time. DC Fandom was the entertainment and comic book convention that held virtually online at DC Comics online website. It was registered under the domain of DC Fandom and was created and announced in June 2020,
the same month as my birthday. Woohoo! It was Warner Bros. Not well, fuck hell, fuck. DC Fandom was an entertainment and comic book convention that held virtually online at DC Fandom's website, under the same domain name as the convention's name. The convention was, DC Fandom was the entertainment and comic book convention that was held virtually online in DC Fandom's domain. The convention was created and announced in June 2020, the same month as my baby. Fuck's sake! DC Fandom was an entertainment and comic book convention. It was held virtually online in DC Comics Fandom website. The convention was created and announced in June 2020, which also happens to be the same month as my motherfucking birthday. Woo! Voice crack. It was Warner Bros. And DC's response to San Diego Comic Con's cancellation due to COVID. So, at the end of the day, it could have been a lot worse. The Game Awards were cancelled. Many things were cancelled. It's such a shame that they cancelled it, but in the end it gave us something to look forward to. Videos of mine from this event and the next one after that can be found on my channel. Just click the icon in the top right, if I remember to put it up there. DC Fandom was the entertainment, and it's, oh fuck's sake. And then people had hoped Warner Bros. Montreal game, the highly anticipated Batman game, could be announced in the Fandom in August, with a release window for November 2020. This was just a rumour, at least a release window. Oh fuck hell. And then people had hoped that Warner Bros. Game Montreal's highly anticipated Batman game could be announced at the Fandom in August. Fuck hell. I must remember to link this guy's Twitter, because he was a god. I'll also link all the stuff he did. I did, oh fuck hell, fuck! Hello. I got a DM, so let me sort this out for you. A few days ago, before DC Fandom, there was a link and a site released to the world, and what a site it was. Thanks to, oh for fuck's sake. What's that? A few days before DC Fandom, something magical happened. We got a tweet with a link and a site released to the whole world, and what a site it was. In my now deleted Twitter account, thank you, Chris Rudolph, you fucking bitch, self-hypocritical cunt. I had a collection of files with all the site data and everything else, which can be found in the top right hand corner if I remember correctly. Many people, myself included, worked relentlessly to get the site. I leaked the first image along with a lot of other people early. Then I got a DM from a man called @WorldPreston's. It read, it felt exactly like Lee and his team designed that around. Oh, fuck off. And now we come to the end of this video of Gotham Knights. The game was announced, among other things, such as the Suicide Squad. I'm not sure how to think about that, but I hope it does well nonetheless. But Gotham Knights was just like, oh fuck's sake. First and foremost, I'd like to thank all the Arkham devs, Warner Bros. Montreal and Rocksteady. Both of them just for this never-ending grace, mercy and fun during what ended up being a hell of a year. Playing in icons like Arkham City was a dream come true when I was younger. And next time, I will do my dream again. To my fellow Arkham fans, I really thought it was going to come. Before I went to bed the night before Fandom, I said to myself, please, can we have this game? I beg you. Other people would simply patted me on the head and laughed. I have a message for everyone as well. In the words of Jacksepticeye, PMA, positive mental attitude. If the game is delayed even by a day, we cannot send death threats. We do not want a repeat of Cyberpunk. Please, we're better than that. Lastly, I want to ask you how you are, because if anything gets you down, remember, you're part of the Ark Club, one of the lads, and you matter. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Thank you for listening.
I see you've been looking into the site a bit. Have some info that may help. I managed to leak today's tease yesterday on my old account at World Prestons, and here's some things I spotted. When it comes to images, this could help. Each tease has a full image and a spreadsheet sheet for the animation. Now something interesting is each image spreadsheet file name starts with download insert number for full image, or map insert number, then it ends with and what seems to be a bunch of random characters. However, day 2 is just an inversion of the day 1 URLs. Let me show you day 1 image. https://t.co/e390zcarg7k day 1 spreadsheet. https://t.co/co9babjfwm day 2 image. https://t.co/uskmawc day 2 spreadsheet. https://t.co/cnqxaditon b. Now if you look at day 2 sprite sheet and day 1 full image, you will notice they are the same random string, the same for day 1 spreadsheet and day 2 image. Now this could just be a coincidence, but I doubt whatever random string generator they used came out with the same thing twice. This would appear to be intentional, and it could help finding the other images and Friday's trailer. If you don't know about that which I leaked, just tell me and I will fill you in. This is just the tip of the iceberg of what I found. If you want to know more, just ask, and the reason why I'm not posting leaks anymore is I don't want to spoil the ARG for myself, but I'll share what I know. Sorry for the long message, but I didn't want to keep this info to myself, and I saw your Google Doc and just thought this and the other info I have could help.
I have one last question, or request as it may be. Can we get #ThankYouWBGamesMontreal trendy on Twitter? Thank you. In the beginning, Rocksteady created the heavens and Gotham. And now the city is formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the spirit of the bat was hovering over the murky waters. And Rocksteady said, "Let there be vengeance!" And there was vengeance, and it was good. Rocksteady saw the vengeance was good, and they separated the vengeance from the darkness. Rocksteady called the light day, and they called the darkness the bat. And then there was evening, and then there was morning. The first game, Batman Arkham Asylum.
You had to spoil everything, didn't you?
It's over, Joker.
Do you really think you can win? Poor little bat.
Then there was the cult classic, Batman Arkham City. This is a 2011 action-adventure game made by the same people, Rocksteady Studios, and published by the same people, Warner Bros. Interactive. The game is based on the DC Comics superhero Batman, obviously, it's in the name, and it is the sequel to the 2009 video game, Batman Arkham Asylum, and it also is the second out of the 3 installments by Rocksteady in the Arkham series. Then came the Batman Arkham Origins from the next and soon to be only Batman IP developer, Warner Bros. Montreal. This one was a success with scores like 9 out of 10 on Steam. And again, another one. Next up is the fan dividing Arkham Knight, with the obvious Jason Todd read his story is obvious cliche. Lastly, we have Batman Arkham VR.
I am fucking fuming!
We don't talk about one here. Just don't talk about it. And then there was nothingness. Nothingness is defined by the absence or cessation of life or existence, the fear of total nothingness of death. This was the waiting phase, which also known as oblivion, non-existence, no being, no life, nullity and blankness, void, vacuum, and hell by the Arkham fans. And then there was nothing until 2018. The Holy Grail had come. There was a tweet in November. There was just one line, but that's all it needed. It read, in brackets, redacted, close brackets, best dev team ever. This tweet's made by someone called and I'm gonna get this wrong, but Barrelviz on Twitter, who was known to be a dev on the said Batman game, and what she was wearing was a Court of Owls t-shirt. This game also had no set name as far as I can find. However, the name Arkham Legacy popped up a few too many times to be a coincidence. Who knows? Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. Let's find out who the Court of Owls are.
Beware the Court of Owls that watches all the time, gazing from the shadows behind cement and lime. They see you at the hearth. They see you in your bed. Take care, beware, or they will send...
A talon for your head. Is it true, Dad?
Is there really a secret group of rich and powerful men who rule the city from the shadows? Who send their talon out to destroy anyone who dares to even mention their existence?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely not.
But what if it is?
It's just a story, Bruce. There's no Court of Owls. It's not real. And even if it was, do you think we'd ever let anything bad happen to you?
No, never.
I promise, your mother and I will always be here to protect you.
Gotham Knights Nursery Rhyme Analysis by Emery Gaming. At the end of Gotham Knights trailer, there was this nursery rhyme that says, "No one talks about them, not a whispered word is said, and if you try to cross them, then the talon strikes you dead." After hearing this, I came up with an idea that I think could possibly happen. I think what happened is that Jim Gordon first found out who they were, which explains the owl on the badge, and how Gordon was said to have been killed, which is most likely from the Court of Owls, which leads to the GCPD no longer trusting the Bat family. I think what happened afterwards was that Bruce wanted to investigate Jim Gordon's death, because they were friends, which leads them to being killed by the Court of Owls. The bigger question is, if Batman and Gordon are actually dead, I think it is more likely that Batman is alive while Gordon is dead, because the main plot is that, supposedly, Batman dies and disappears, and the rest of the family are Gotham's only hope. I don't see how Gordon's death is relevant to that. But remember, that is only speculation, and no one really knows what WB Games Montreal are up to until the game comes out.
The rough part about the entire leak was that it ultimately left nowhere. We'd already released everything and there's nothing more to release. So on the day of the Game Awards, which were hosted by Jeff Kingley, the planned event for the release of the game was cancelled. However, last year there was a huge amount of concept artwork released to the game. According to the anonymous poster, the game was to feature Damian Wayne, summoned Bruce Wayne and Talia al Ghul, donning the crown to Dark Knight for another open world adventure, likely set to release after the most recent game in the Batman Arkham series, Batman Arkham Asylum. That series, yeah. The leaked images branded Project Sabbath revealed 2 shots of glowing metropolis that is Gotham City, as well as several villain designs. On display in the Rose Gallery was a new and old looking Two-Face, a punky poison ivy, and a very creepy elderly white rabbit. Also on show are plainclothes Dick Grayson of all characters, Gorilla Grodd. The 4chan post also claims that Penguin and Bob were to feature in this game, similar to the Shadow of Mordor's Nemesis mechanic. I don't know what that is. Sounds good. The original poster goes so far as to state that WB Montreal had also been at harder work on the Suicide Squad title, which makes sense given the Arkham Origins post-credits sequence. As to whether these Sidewood ideas were shelved intentionally, only time will tell. There is absolutely no doubt that we will see DC Universe return in some form or another. The Arkham series is simply too successful financially and critically to be abandoned, but for now these images, should they be legit, present a fascinating idea of what could have been the days.
Is this the
2016.
Let me out of here, Gotham, please.
Is this just fantasy?
Speaking of cancelled games, I'm going to touch on the cancelled 2016 Suicide Squad game. This was refused made by WB Montreal and was reportedly shelved in December 2016. It was originally believed to be launched alongside the year's Suicide Squad movie, which featured Will Smith, Jared Leto and Margot Robbie. Keep this game development in mind, as it will come up later.
Hi, boys.
Deadshot. Guy shoots people. He's a crocodile and he eats people.
Fans have discovered what seems to be the abandoned concept art for the game over at least 2 DC comic video games for Warner Bros. If the rumours were true back then, the date is from 2014, which would fit into the timeline for when the project was cancelled, as games usually take about 2 years to make. Warner Bros. Montreal hasn't released anything so far in that console generation era, and was keeping pretty quiet about what it was working on. However, it is widely believed that the studio is working on a new entry in the Batman Arkham franchise, supposedly titled Batman Arkham Legacy, which is also canned.
Something fun.
For those out of the loop, Warner Bros. Has been attempting to develop a Superman game since 2013, and there have been multiple attempts to get the game off the ground. However, none succeeded. James Seinfeld, a noted industry insider, revealed the following on Twitter, quote unquote, Warner Bros. Started actively taking pictures from many producers, directors and the like within the game industry to create their own Superman game. One game pitched in 2013 was an open world Superman game in the vein of Spider-Man PS4 that featured a massive metropolis and featured various villains from DC Universe. Not too much is known or was linked by this game though, sadly, so I guess we're left to wonder. Now it's 2019 and shit's going down. On September 22nd, 2019, we got a tweet from W Games Montreal that read, in brackets, at WB Games Montreal is proud to present Batman's 80th anniversary to the rest of the world during hashtag Batman Day, hashtag Batman 80. End quote. At this time we had nothing from anyone, but what we did know was that the studio that made a Batman game before, known as Batman Origins. A very mixed game, but it's not bad by any means. It's also made people wonder about a Suicide Squad game, but more will come down the end of the line.
That should knock a few years off the old sentence.
That's reminding me of something. Oh yeah! Waller's stupid alpha target. Who are we supposed to be killing again?
Look, it's Superman! The mighty Superman has just rescued that pilot!
What a show-off. Beat it, Spandex! We're on a top-secret assassination mission here!
No. No.
So, figure out who we're killing yet? Oh, fuck!
Traces on. Did you ever think of pimp rock a microphone like that there boy? We still stay street. Big things happen every time we meet, like a track team, right team.
You shouldn't have done that, Shark.
Then the very next day something else magical happens. So while everyone was busy playing the 6 free Batman games released from the Epic Game Store, whoa, or exploring Gotham City in Fortnite, which was the live beta at the time, no one likes Fortnite. There was more Batman gaming news for everyone that week. Over the days, WB Montreal, the studio behind Batman Origins, or as I've written down, Batman Origins, that's what meant have been hinting at a brand new Batman game which looks like it's based on a mysterious organisation called the Court of Owls. Sounds like a hoot. Wait, no. One weekend, in its first post since 2015, the Warner Bros. Twitter account posted a video of 4 symbols flashing in front of the bat symbol. The symbols were posted again in September 2019, this time in a much clearer format, along with the words, "Capture the night." There's also some kind of night, as in daylight and royal night, you get it, kind of with like French here. Then things really started ramping up when a man called Scott Snyder, the Court of Owls creator, tweeted something interesting. Hashtag beware the Court of Owls, says writer Scott Snyder in a now deleted tweet. Batman Day took place on the 21st, celebrating 80 years since Bruce Wayne and the Dark Knight debuted. On Twitter, writer Scott Snyder quickly tweeted, wait for it. Quotes, wait for it. Hashtag beware the Court of Owls. Hashtag, quote, in response to the developer's tweet of Capture the Night. Or as I like to say, Capture the Night, Batman. Now, let's talk 2020, because things are heating the fuck up. So, COVID, that isn't great.
Es ist dem Feind gelungen, die Front in breiter Formation zu durchbrechen. Im Süden hat der Gegner Zossen genommen und stößt auf Stahnsdorf vor. Der Feind operiert jetzt am nördlichen Stadtrand zwischen Frohnau und Pankow und im Osten ist der Feind bis zur Linie Lichtenberg-Marsdorf-Karlshorst gelangt.
Mit dem Angriff Steiners wird das alles in Ordnung kommen.
Mein Führer, Steiner
konnte nicht genügend Kräfte für einen Angriff massieren. Der Angriff Steiner ist nicht erfolgt.
Es bleiben im Raum Keitel, Jodl, Krebs und Burgdorf.
Das war ein Befehl! Der Angriff Steiners war ein Befehl! Wer sind Sie, dass Sie es wagen, sich meinen Befehl zu widersetzen? So weit ist es also gekommen. Das Militär hat mich belogen! Jeder hat mich belogen, sogar die SS! Die gesamte Generalität ist nichts weiter als ein Haufen niederträchtiger, treuloser Feiglinge!
Mein Führer, ich kann nicht zulassen, dass die Soldaten, die für Sie verbringen...
Nicht als Feiglinge! Verreiter, Versager!
Mein Führer, was Sie da sagen, ist ungeheuerlich!
Die Generalität ist das Geschmeiß des deutschen Volkes! Sie ist ohne Ehre! Sie nennen sich Generale, weil Sie Jahre auf Militärakademien zugebracht haben, nur um zu lernen, wie man Messer und Gabel hält! Jahrelang hat das Militär meine Aktionen nur behindert. Es hat mir jeden nur ersichtlichen Widerstand in den Weg gelegt. Ich hätte gut daran getan, von Jahren alle höheren Offiziere liquidieren zu lassen, wie Stalin. Ich war nie auf einer Akademie. Und doch habe ich allein auf mich gestellt, ganz Europa erobert. Verräter! Von allem Anfang an bin ich so verraten und betrogen worden. Es wurde ein ungeheurer Verrat geübt am deutschen Volke. Aber alle diese Verräter werden bezahlen. Mit ihrem eigenen Blut werden sie bezahlen. Sie werden es saufen in ihrem eigenen Blut.
Bitte gerne. Jetzt beruhig dich doch.
Meine Befehle sind in den Wind gesprochen. Es ist unmöglich, unter diesen Umständen zu führen. Es ist aus. Der Krieg ist verloren. Aber wenn Sie, meine Herren, glauben, dass ich deswegen Berlin verlasse, irren Sie sich gewaltig. Eher jage ich mir eine Kugel durch den Kopf. Tun Sie, was Sie wollen.
I'd like to thank everyone who's done their part, tried to stop spread. You know.
Incoming call. I put it on
Oh, for fuck's sake.
There is
You know what's up, Dave? Wait, DC Fandom, what's that? Holy shit, it's like DC Comic Con. Holy fuck, alright. Thank you. So, DC Fandom. Holy fucking shit, let's go. Damn.
Welcome to DC Fandom.
DC's Fandom was an entertainment and comic book convention held virtually online at DC's Fandom's website. The convention was created and announced in June 2020, and it was Warner Bros. And DC's response to San Diego Comic-Con cancellation. This may sound selfish, but I'm glad it's cancelled because it gave everyone from all parts of the world, maybe not even fees like afford the entrance fee to the Comic-Con, let alone the travel fees and all that, to just unite as one, have fun, join and watch it. It was also repeated for people if they want to watch it again. And that's what these events are all about. Joining up together, having a bit of fun. Thank you, DC. Very cool. I'm trying not to tear up here. Thank you. So, the event was coming. People had hoped, prayed, begged, wished that Warner Bros. Highly anticipated Batman game could be announced at the Fandom in August. And people were also hoping for a release window for 2020 or November. So fans of the Batman game have been craving for more games in the last several years. But Rocksteady and W Games Montreal have not announced anything yet. Depressing times. This has been ramping up for years since W Games Montreal started posting mysterious logos on Twitter, teasing a reveal of sorts. Sadly, the teasers stopped in January when they shared their last artwork, revealing some sort of logo, probably related to the next game. Then it was radio silent. Nothing happened until it went off the rails. Then something absolutely amazing happened. We got a tweet, something to cling our fingernails onto and scratch like a chalkboard. It was a sight, and what a sight it was. Am I allowed to delete Twitter? Thanks to the fucking bitch, Grace Rudolph. Fuck you, you fucking bitch! I had collected the files with all the site data and everything else. Many people, myself included, relentlessly worked at the site. I leaked the first image along with a lot of people early. And I got DM from a guy named World Preston. I was asleep that time, so it's mostly one-sided. But here is how the the DM goes.
I see you've been looking into the site a bit. Have some info that may help. I managed to leak today's tease yesterday on my old account at World Prestons, and here's some things I spotted. When it comes to images, this could help. IDK each tease has a full image and a split hair sheet for the animation. Now something interesting is each image split hair sheet file name starts with download insert number for full image, or map insert number, then it ends with and what seems to be a bunch of random characters. However, day 2 is just an inversion of the day 1 URLs. Let me show you day 1 image. https://t.co/e390zcarg7k day 1 split hair sheet. https://t.co/co9babjfwm day 2 image. https://t.co/t.wc day 2 split hair sheet. https://t.co/cnqxediton B. Now if you look at day 2 sprite sheet and day 1 full image, you will notice they are the same random string, the same for day 1 split hair sheet and day 2 image. Now this could just be a coincidence, but I doubt whatever random string generator they used came out with the same thing twice. This would appear to be intentional, and it could help finding the other images and Friday's trailer. If you don't know about that which I leaked, just tell me and I will fill you in. This is just the tip of the iceberg of what I found. If you want to know more, just ask, and the reason why I'm not posting leaks anymore is I don't want to spoil the ARG for myself, but I'll share what I know. Sorry for the long message, but I didn't want to keep this info to myself, and I saw your Google Doc and just thought this and the other info I have could help.
I will link this guy's Twitter in the description because he was a god in figuring his rules out. I will also link all the stuff I did in the hacking as well. The first days were all photos and screenshots on maps and stuff, with the last day being a link to a teaser with "Welcome to the Belfry, Batman." So here comes fandom. Can't wait. In a time when we are, oversaturated with virtual events, it's impossible not to notice that most of them don't exactly run the smoothest of ways that they can. There are technical issues, sessions that run too long, and people so burned out by Zoom chats that they're sitting down for another call on Saturday afternoon is torturous. It's that these reasons that the sheer excellence of DC fandom is so striking. DC fandom was an 8-hour, that's not including reruns, that's literally 8 hours of content, which is held by DC Comics and Warner Bros. To highlight some of their biggest films, TV shows, games, which are what we're looking at now, and the comic announcements as well, surprisingly. The biggest panels, those dedicated to Warner Bros. and DC's film slate, include the Batman, Flash, Wonder Woman 1984, and Zack Snyder's Justice League was sandwiched between short sketches, interviews, rapid Q&As, and little tributes to the world of DC. Fandom was a testament to the power of having a unique platform to showcase content and host talent, alongside the programming lineup. And then there was the second event, with over 32 hours of footage, and holy fucking shit was it good! Fuck yeah! I'm sorry, yeah, that's just so amazing, I had to do that. It felt just like Jim Lee and his entire team had silent, monotonous feeling around the event, especially the one that comes with watching a bunch of different Zoom calls back to back. The panels were kept short and sweet, and a quick bite that appeared in between acted like mini breaks. Thinking the rest like commercials. The commercials acted as bathroom breaks or a perfect opportunity to grab a snack, and more like the bumpers or bumps that played on Adult Swim. They're just fun and weird enough, tailored for the specific interests or people tuning to watch. Keeps the best feeling fresh all day. A big part of that concept is what made the concept work. Unlike San Diego Comic Con, which also went virtual this year with panel videos premiering across YouTube channels, DC Fandom existed in a special built, green screen reliant space. The way the virtual stage was constructed, it felt like another depth to the room. It made DC Fandom seem much grander than any old room we could have seen before. Guest video streams were placed on the walls of the virtual dome, so they sat side by side, interacting with one another whenever possible. DC Fandom, what time it was, it felt like a spectacle because it was designed to be one, and it worked. Because everything was housed in a specific DC Comics portal. One of us had to worry about panels accidentally running with copyright issues and not playing, just like Comic Con multiple times. But hey, times change, eh? Now there are a few key things to point out. None of the panels seem live. Interviews look pre-recorded. Warner Media, which is the parent company of Warner Bros. And DC Comics, also has an in-house editing team. Being given time to edit together 8-hour shows is a lot easier to do than trying to work with live feeds around the world. The teams had time to figure out how to make a virtual convention feel like something worth turning into for 8 hours. Even the convention's cornier moments and smaller panels that weren't as interesting worked because how the entire event was planned. Virtual gatherings are not going away. They are still happening on YouTube in terms of Minecraft and on new specialty platforms that brands are experimenting with on their own. Complex Networks, for example, is launching a week-long virtual convention called Complex Land, designed to be a virtual universe featuring customizable avatars, exclusive drops, musical performances, and conventions and screens and more, according to the press release. Virtual conventions are long. People are watching at home, in their rooms, instead of like giant ballrooms packed with excited fans. Times. I fucking hate COVID-19. Trying to bring some of that convention enemy to people digitally is immensely, incredibly, unbelievably difficult. But what fans showed is that Fandom proved that it's figuring out pacing, which is something to actually look forward to. Even if it is just a bunch of Zoom calls, it's great. It was brilliant. Thank you. Thank you, DC. Very cool. And now, we all know over here, Gotham Knights was fucking released. Well, not released, announced, sorry. It was among other things, such as the questionable Suicide Squad. I had the same feelings about the Avengers game, and having spent a few weeks on it, it makes me feel a bit uneasy about how the Suicide Squad game's going to be. But that's the topic for another day. Gotham Knights was announced. You know what I have to say? Fuck yeah! Whoa! So I have to get that out of my system. For gameplay trailer, a CGI trailer, I'm hyped. But only time will tell. I made a video about my reaction to this announcement, which is going to be appearing in the top right hand corner. Now, I'll leave on that note. Thank you for listening, enjoy your day, and stay safe.
Got about a dozen people frozen here. Need paramedics ASAP. All units, shootout in progress at Elliott Center.
Multiple accidents. Too many. We can't respond to them all. Where the hell is our backup?
Hi, I'm Patrick Redding, Creative Director on Gotham Knights. On behalf of the whole team at WB Games Montreal, I'm really honored to give you a quick look at our gameplay.
Belfry, Elliott Center is covered in ice. Whatever's causing this is localized at the top.
We're going to look at a short clip from one of Gotham Knights' villain crimes in a pre-alpha build. This mission is halfway through the Mr. Freeze storyline, and we're playing Batgirl a dozen or so hours into her character progression.
All units at Elliott Center. Air support inbound. Hostiles opening fire on upper floors. Air support, can you do a fly around?
Freeze has recently returned to Gotham with a mysterious agenda that involves manipulating the weather to flash freeze the city.
We need a way to get through that ice.
An important goal for Gotham Knights was that players can play all of the game either solo or in two-player co-op.
If he wants a fight, he'll get it.
We need a tank to get through that much ice.
Robin's learned how to access the Justice League satellite for short-range teleportation.
How are we supposed to stop ice guns?
Meanwhile, Batgirl has mastered some more familiar techniques. And developed a few new ones of her own.
Montoya here. Heard you're down there having some fun.
Fun's one word for it.
Just a heads up, that chopper's under orders to fire on anything that moves inside.
The Gotham City Police. Drop your weapons or we will open fire. Returning fire!
The storm is getting worse. You need to hurry and find a way inside Elliott Center.
The GCPD chopper made that part easy. This doesn't look up to code. If anyone asks, I meant to do that.
I won't say a word.
Tours were still going on when Freeze came through.
Those poor people. They didn't stand a chance.
Gotham Knights is built to let players approach each challenge with their preferred style and their preferred build.
You know how cold it is up there, right? You want to die of exposure? Be my guest.
This will only take a second.
Check it out. What the hell is she doing? Keep them occupied.
safest time to take the elevator.
You'd rather take the stairs?
These cables on the floor, guaranteed they lead to freeze. Belfry, status.
Countless dead, and the temperature's still falling.
We need to stop this, now.
Belfry wasn't kidding about this storm.
Almost there.
I see the weather machine, ready with the disruptor.
That thing's drawing so much power.
Field disruptor's in place. It's charging.
Get away from my storm engine!
Is that what you're calling it? You don't want to be on the roof when this disruptor goes off, trust me.
Irrelevant! I already have what I need. The storm has risen over Gotham. Nothing can stop it.
We'll see about that.
You cannot run from me!
An important element of Gotham Knights is that as the player increases in power and ability, their foes keep pace. So confronting a villain like Mr. Freeze can be a very different proposition at level 5 or at level 15. And not just in terms of stats, but in the kinds of attacks and defenses they bring to bear. And that was just a short peek at Gotham Knights. We're going to have more to show you in the future.
In breaking news, we've received reports of an explosion somewhere north of the city.
We're still waiting for the police to confirm if there are any victims. This story is evolving rapidly. Please bear with us.
We heard this really loud boom. There was smoke everywhere.
Emergency services have confirmed that they've discovered a body buried in the wreckage. We're still waiting for further details.
Emergency vehicles are
It appears that a large portion of the building has actually
In
collapsed.
international news, an explosion rocked Gotham City earlier today.
We are now able to confirm that billionaire philanthropist Bruce Wayne is...
If you're watching this, I'm dead.
This is a code black.
This message was automatically triggered when I destroyed the cave and everything it contained. We both know it won't take long for Gotham's criminals to realize the Batman is gone. And you can't count on the GCPD. Haven't trusted us since Jim died. Gotham will need its protectors more than ever. I'm leaving you the Belfry as base of operations. Some of the technology is outdated, but it has the gear you need and all of my files. You've always had my back when I needed you. I know you'll keep Gotham safe. Good luck. And goodbye.
No one talks about them. Not a whisper word is said. For if you try to cross them, then the town strikes you dead.
First and foremost, I'd like to thank all the Arkham devs, Warner Montreal and Rocksteady, both of them just for this never-ending grace, mercy and fun during what ended up being a hell of a year. Playing in icons like Arkham City was a dream come true when I was younger, and next time I will do my dream again. To my fellow Arkham fans, I really thought it was going to come. Before I went to bed the night before Fandom, I said to myself, please, can we have this game? I beg you. Other people would simply patted me on the head and laughed. I have a message for everyone as well. In the words of Jacksepticeye, PMA, positive mental attitude. If the game is delayed even by a day, we cannot send death threats. We do not want a repeat of Cyberpunk. Please, we're better than that. Lastly, I want to ask you how you are, because if anything gets you down, remember, you're part of the Arc Club, one of the lads, and you matter. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Thank you for listening. I have one last question, or request as it may be. Can we get hashtag ThankYouWB Games Montreal trendy on Twitter? Thank you.
Yeah. Come on. Straight out of G-City. Y'all know me. I'm Batman, the motherfucking Dark Knight. I'm a playboy by day, vigilante by night. I'm Batman, the defender of Gotham. I dress up like a bat, cause it's motherfucking awesome. Batman's in the house, come and party in the Batcave. Yo, Alfred.
Yes, Master Wayne.
Bring some more Cavassier, the honeys in the manor, taking notice of my swagger. Villains hiding in the shadows, running scared from their attackers. See, they recognize my signal when it lights up the sky. Hardened gangsters get all shy, look at terror in their eyes. They can't hide from me, I'm on the prowl, motherfucker. Sword death on the street, cape and cow, motherfucker. Na 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 na, y'all remember that song? There's a reason I've been famous for so goddamn long. Words flying off my fists like power kablam. By now you better know who the fuck I am. I'm Batman, the motherfucking Dark Knight. I'm a playboy by day, vigilante by night. I'm Batman, the defender of Gotham. I dress up like a bat, cause it's motherfucking awesome. My seed and poison ivy, man, that bitch made me itch. I never should've put my fucking dick in that snitch. And Catwoman, yeah, I made that pussy purr. That skank could barely crawl when I got done with her. Yo, Superman high like a bird in a plane. Take a look through the wall, watch me fuck Lois Lane. She's screaming out my name like, oh, Bruce Wayne. Spider-Man, keep your eye on Mary Jane. I'm Batman, the motherfucking Dark Knight. I'm a playboy by day, vigilante by night. I'm Batman, the defender of Gotham. I dress up like a bat, cause it's motherfucking awesome.
Get out of here, bats. It's my turn in the spotlight. Don't you know I'm the real star of the Dark Knight? Back off, motherfucker. I'm clinically insane. Like magic tricks? We'll shove a pencil through your brain.
Hey, baddie boy, you think you played me for a fool? Well, next time you should keep a better hold of your jewels.
What's up, bro? I haven't seen you since Batman and Robin. Better watch yourself in this one or your back will be popping. What? Is there something on my face?
I'm Batman, the motherfucking Dark Knight. I'm a playboy by day, vigilante by night. I'm Batman, the defender of Gotham. I dress up like a bat, cause it's motherfucking awesome. I'm Batman, the motherfucking Dark Knight. I'm a playboy by day, vigilante by night. I'm Batman, the defender of Gotham. I dress up like a bat, cause it's motherfucking awesome.
Wait, you're Batman?
No, you're Batman.